Billionaire men are chasing immortality with biohacking and anti-aging protocols. But when Dr. Mary Claire Haver talks to midlife women in her clinic, they're not asking, how do I live to 120? They're asking, how do I stay strong enough to enjoy the life I've already built? And I couldn't agree more. We seem to have a longevity divide, male immortality versus female vitality. I'm Dinah, Integrative Health Practitioner, and I demystify the perimenopause transition with science-based guidance. Dr. Haver is a role model I deeply admire for women's midlife wellness. She's one of the original menopause doctors, and she's reframing women's longevity. I promise to add to your understanding of what longevity really means for women and how to achieve it. We are starting to see there's a longevity disconnect. There's the billionaire's version of longevity, which is dominated by wealthy men who are terrified of aging. They sign up for new lab tests, peptides, microdoses, and biomarkers, and life is seen as a performance metric to optimize. And the pursuit of immortality and youth, it's measured with shirtless photos at 65 and liquid chlorophyll. Every decade becomes an algorithm to conquer. Drawing on Dr. Haver's insight, we see that what women actually want. Her patients never say, I want to live to 120, not one. They want more years, but rather better years. She hears that they want quality over quantity every single time. Her patients say, I don't want to be a burden to my family. I want to stay strong enough to travel with my friends. I want to enjoy the life that I've already built. She hears about the mother-daughter cycle, where daughters watch mothers fade into frailty. Daughters care for parents with dementia, osteoporosis, and chronic pain. They form a desperate determination that this cycle stops with me. They don't want their daughters to bathe, feed, or watch disappear. Love and responsibility drive women's longevity goals. Dr. Haver perfectly captures this. Women driven by love, not ego. We hear about independence, not immortality. Women want to live on their own terms. They want strong muscles, sharp cognition, healthy bones. They strive to get good sleep and steady mood. They're not afraid of dying. Rather, they're afraid of disappearing before death. They want agency to keep showing up in the lives that they've built. As Dr. Haver says, longevity is not about conquering time, it's about inhabiting it. Menopause is often the turning point. Why does menopause change everything? Dr. Haver recognizes menopause as a metabolic turning point, not a cliff. The loss of estrogen accelerates the aging process. We see changes in metabolism, muscle mass, cognition, all the systems that define healthy longevity. What's really at stake is that heart disease risk increases dramatically. Bone density loss accelerates. Cognitive decline patterns shift. Muscle mass decreases. Metabolic health deteriorates. It's the foundation of independence that starts to crumble. The healthcare system often fails women. Women are told it's natural and just deal with it. They are dismissed, gaslit, and unseen. Menopause is treated as an afterthought, not a foundation. Dr. Haver advocates that women want to be seen, heard, and not dismissed. The healthcare system must recognize menopause as foundational. Let's talk about the functional medicine difference. Dr. Haver's vision is that menopause care is the cornerstone of longevity. Women should be able to access prevention approaches over anti-aging fads. Full function is prioritized, not just lifespan. Prevention includes strength training, protein, sleep, hormone balance, all as tools for independence. This is the approach that I implement with my clients. To get the full picture, we see it's not just hormonal. Let's look beyond hormone replacement. HRT addresses some issues, but it's not everything. Women can still struggle while taking HRT because not all symptoms are hormone related. These are the missing pieces conventional medicine often ignores. We can build on Dr. Haver's foundation with comprehensive functional medicine testing. So what else besides estrogen and progesterone affects women's longevity? As it turns out, many things. First, we have gut dysbiosis, which affects nutrient absorption and immune function. Did you know that 70% of immunity starts in the gut? Gut health is a key factor in determining how well you age. The gut microbiome influences inflammation and disease risk, and it's part of the gut-brain axis. There's heavy metal toxicity. When we test, we find decades of accumulated environmental exposure, and that directly affects the brain function and energy production. That equates to increasing disease risk and a blockage of nutrient absorption. The third factor is parasites. They create chronic inflammation from the toxins created by parasite metabolites or waste. They deplete nutrients that are essential for healthy aging. The result affects energy, cognition, and immune function. This is rarely tested, unless you're experiencing gastro issues after a tropical holiday, yet they are commonly present in 20 to 30% of Americans. We have bacterial overgrowth. This translates into malabsorption of critical nutrients, which creates systemic inflammation, and that affects metabolic health. And that compromises the foundations of longevity. Finally, we have food sensitivities. These are distinct from allergies. They usually have a time lapse, so the connection between the food and the reaction is often missed. Food sensitivities create chronic inflammation, and that accelerates the aging process. They affect brain health, joint health, and overall energy. Even though you think you're eating healthy foods, they might actually be aging you faster. It's the interconnected reality that's so enlightening. These factors compound during perimenopause. Multiple imbalances cause accelerated aging, and this is why addressing only hormones is often not enough. The complete picture of women's longevity draws on these many other factors. Let's look at the conventional versus functional approach to longevity. Here's what conventional testing misses. It's looking for disease, not optimal function. Doctors tell you you're fine when you're actually struggling. These early warning signs are biochemical alerts that there are imbalances in the body. You don't want to wait until problems become really serious. The functional medicine longevity assessment starts with comprehensive hormone analysis, not just levels, but metabolism, ratio, and function. They support the foundation of women's longevity. We can see estrogen's role in the heart, bone, and brain health. We also see progesterone, which often comes out of balance with estrogen. We see how testosterone is doing. We see how cortisol might be affecting our sleep and energy levels. And we see how the thyroid is functioning using several additional markers that traditional blood tests don't provide. We look at advanced metabolic testing. We see that insulin sensitivity and blood sugar regulation are doing. We see how metabolic health can predict disease risk. Inflammation markers are picked up, and we get cardiovascular risk factors. We see gut health and immune function with microbiome diversity and intestinal barrier integrity to identify whether leaky gut is an issue. We get to see how strong the immune system is. And after all, there's a strong longevity connection to gut health. We look at the nutrient status for longevity, like the vitamins and minerals necessary for bone health, nutrients for cognitive function, the building blocks for muscle maintenance. Basically, the nutrients your body needs to age well. And finally, we get a reading of the toxicity and detoxification capacity. Is there a heavy metal burden? What environmental toxins have accumulated? How able is your body to eliminate waste? Are there gaps in your ability to support healthy aging processes? It boils down to establishing the longevity roadmap. We want to identify what's stealing your vitality now and address imbalances before they become diseases. We want to be able to build strength, clarity, and independence. And based on these factors, we can create your personal blueprint for aging well. So, what about the real longevity revolution? Let's look more closely at what women's longevity actually looks like. Dr. Haver's patients picture powerful things, but they're simple. Being able to cook dinner for grown children, traveling with friends, gardening without back pain, remembering where you parked, feeling like yourself, and continuing a career that challenges and motivates you. Maybe taking on new projects that you've always wanted to do, travel, write a book, start a charity, learn how to paint, learn a new language. This is worth fighting for. You've worked too hard to watch it crumble. After decades building your career and life, the threat of declining function is scary. Your investment in yourself matters. You want to protect what you've built. There's a science-based path forward. Functional medicine testing will reveal your unique needs. It offers targeted interventions for your specific biochemical imbalances. There's no guesswork involved. It shows exactly what you need. Functional medicine testing optimizes for vitality, not just survival. Women want to own their age. They don't want to escape it or fight it. They want to inhabit it with strength and purpose. As Dr. Haver says, health is a relationship, not a competition. We want to live well, not just live long. So what are the tools for independence? Strength training for muscle and bone, protein for metabolic health, sleep for cognition, function, and repair, hormone balance supporting all systems, gut health as a foundation, and detoxification to support healthy aging. Dr. Haver teaches these aren't luxuries, they're tools for independence. Let's combine Dr. Haver's vision and my approach. I'm inspired by Dr. Haver's reframing of women's longevity. She centers menopause care with metabolic health. I build on that foundation with comprehensive functional medicine testing. Together, this creates the complete longevity blueprint that women deserves. So let's recap. Dr. Haver has shown that longevity for women is not about immortality, it's about independence. The truth is, you deserve decades of strength, clarity, and vitality to enjoy what you've built. Functional medicine testing provides the roadmap conventional medicine misses. Your version of longevity matters more than billionaires biohacking. Dr. Mary Claire Haver has redefined what longevity means for women, and I'm honored to support that vision with science-backed functional medicine testing. Are you ready to redefine longevity on your terms? Schedule a discovery call and let's use comprehensive functional medicine testing to create your personal blueprint for aging well. We'll identify the imbalances, like whether they're hormonal, gut health, toxicity, or nutrient deficiencies that are threatening your vitality right now. You've worked too hard and built too much to let preventable decline steal your independence. Let's ensure you have the strength, clarity, and energy to enjoy every year ahead. As Dr. Haver says, not 120 years of biohacking, just decades of living fully on your own terms. The booking link for the discovery call is in the show notes below. Women don't want forever. We want enough. Enough strength, enough clarity, enough independence to live the life we've built. That's the longevity revolution Dr. Haver champions, and it's worth fighting for. If this video resonated with you, please like and subscribe for more content about the real root causes of midlife health issues.